I've been using the Apple Watch Series 10 for more than a year now, through workouts, sleep tracking, calls, daily notification and just about everyday life. And in 2026, I still think this is the best Apple Watch for most people and you should pick this over the Series 11. But living with it long term has also shown me a few things that you won't notice in a first impression review. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what it's like to use the Series 10 every single day. When you first buy a smartwatch, you mostly notice the display, the design, and the excitement of setting it up. But after a few months, that's when the real experience starts. And honestly, this is where the Series 10 has held up really well. It's one of those devices that slowly becomes a part of your routine. You stop using it like a gadget and it starts feeling like something that naturally fits in your day. Let's start with the thing you notice every single day: comfort. Because no matter how good a smartwatch is, if it doesn't feel comfortable, you'll stop wearing it. And this is where the Series 10 really nails it. It is light, slim and easy to wear throughout the day. I have the 46mm size, which is perfect for my wrist. Whether I'm working, editing videos, going out or even sleeping with it, the watch rarely feels restrictive. Unlike bigger watches like the Ultra, this is something you can genuinely wear all day without thinking about it. And that's pretty important because the best smartwatch is the one you actually keep wearing. One thing that's held up surprisingly well is the performance. Even after a year, animations are smooth, apps open quickly, notifications come instantly, and I haven't faced any major lag or slowdowns. Which matters because a smartwatch gets annoying very quickly if it starts feeling sluggish. The haptics of the Series 10 are also very good. Gestures like double tap and raise to wake always work like they're supposed to. And offline Siri is also very responsive. It's very useful in day-to-day usage, like setting up reminders, turning on Wi-Fi and stuff like that. These tiny conveniences add up and make the whole experience more seamless. There are some minor inconveniences like sometimes the app crashes mid-task, Siri doesn't respond, but they don't happen very frequently. The overall experience remains positive. I use it constantly for notifications. Sometimes I'm in the middle of editing, recording, or even when just outside, and quickly glancing at the watch saves me from picking up my phone every few minutes. Calls, WhatsApp notification, calendar reminders, OTPs, all of it just comes in so seamlessly. I use it quite a lot for receiving calls actually, and the audio quality is really great indoors. For outdoors, it's kind of meh, not bad but not great either. But after a while, it helps reduce how often you reach for your phone, and that's something I genuinely appreciate. I've been using the Apple Watch Series 10 for fitness tracking quite a lot, whether it's for walks, runs or outdoor cycling. It shows quite accurate data and the tracking is consistent and reliable. The heart rate tracking is accurate, workout detection works well, and the single band GPS has been very precise. The accuracy is in fact quite comparable to dedicated fitness trackers like Garmin. Now, I'm not saying it's as good as them, but it's comparable. Another thing I like is the gamification of daily activity goals. Once you get used to checking those rings, it becomes weirdly attractive. I don't sit for too long on the chair. I prefer walking short distances to achieve daily steps, and I take stairs instead of the elevator. Little stuff like this helps me include healthy habits into my routine. I've also added offline music on my Apple Watch because I like to listen to music when I'm running or cycling through the trails. In terms of health tracking, the Series 10 tracks heart rate, blood oxygen saturation, high or low heart rate alerts, menstrual cycle, detailed sleep tracking, and the new Vitals app that shows you your key health matrix while you sleep. And speaking of sleep, the sleep tracking is also very good. I've been using it for the sleep tracking quite regularly. It accurately shows when I went to sleep and when I woke up. It shows the precise time intervals when I was awake and when I was in deep sleep. This is honestly one of those features which you didn't know you needed. It urges me to go to bed early and wake up on time. I have the aluminum version and I've been using it for more than a year, and to this day, there isn't a single scratch on it. That's mostly because I've been using it with a case, but as you can see, the bottom part is not covered and it has gotten some scratches. So I'll recommend you get the titanium version if you wear the Apple Watch without a case, or if you play physical sports, because then the watch is bound to be exposed to extreme conditions, in which case it needs that extra durability. The Series 10 is water resistant up to 50 meters, so it's submersible in swimming pools and you don't have to worry about getting it wet. Now let's talk about the one thing that everybody wants to know: battery life. So even after 1 year, my Apple Watch Series 10 46mm comfortably lasts more than a day. Morning to night, no issues. But yes, if you use always on display, track long workouts with GPS, use continuous health monitoring, then daily charging is still a thing. The battery life is not bad, but it's definitely not as good as a Garmin or an Amazfit, but it is significantly better than the Galaxy Watch, that's for sure. If I use it conservatively, then I can even get about 2 days of usage from it. After using it long term, the Series 10 still feels like the most balanced Apple Watch in 2026. Not the most expensive, not the flashiest, but probably the smartest one for most people. If I were buying an Apple Watch in 2026 with my own money, I'd get the Series 10. It hits that sweet spot of comfort, health features, fitness tracking, smart features and price without pushing you into the ultra territory. And if you're still confused about whether you should get the SE series models or the Ultra, whether you should buy the GPS only variant or the LTE, aluminum or titanium build, then I recently made the best Apple Watch to buy in 2026 guide where I break down every Apple Watch for different budgets and users. You can check that out from the I button right here. And that's a wrap for this one. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.